I believe, and it is definitely better for the creators because yes, it creates that MRR rather than just a one-off sale. It's continuity, and it gives you the opportunity for more upsells,
Yes.
because you can still do, hey, listen, for this monthly price you have access to the community. Well, what's the best upsell? The best upsell in the world is more access to you,
Absolutely. So one of
right?
the things I was speaking with, I'm starting to all come back to me now. So we're excited to talk about building your own membership community. And I was talking with one of our Business Academy members this weekend about how monthly recurring revenue is what we used to call passive income. But I know you and I refer to it as passive-ish. There's no such thing really as passive income. But the woman that I was speaking to, she runs a business where she does in-person massage, Reiki healing. She's essentially stuck trading time for money. And
Right.
that is absolutely not scalable and leads to burnout. There's only so long that she can actually go at that pace, at that level with her people in that way. And I know that for our people who are also therapists, anything that you do in person, yoga teachers, we get a lot of as well. That trading time for money is never going to be scalable, whereas something like an online membership is scalable. And so much of the work that you do is translatable to going online and to membership and to creating that community. And a lot of the women that I work with, that we work with, also work with women. And one of women's superpowers is community connection, collaboration. So having a sacred space like a membership is a really beautiful way for you to offer your gifts in a sacred space that benefits them, that is more passive-ish, because as the community grows, that monthly recurring revenue is still coming in. You can drop things in there that live on forever. You can have an archive of work, videos, trainings. You can go live for 1 hour, just like we are, and have a whole group of people there benefiting from you, as opposed to when you're working one-on-one. When you go live, only one person can benefit from you. So you're able to scale more. And that's how we as women can create more sovereignty in our lives with our business. So we're a huge fan of memberships around here, obviously. And so our platform, our Business in a Box platform, gives you the ability to build that membership and make it look
Literally
good.
exactly what you see us doing
Yeah.
is what you have access to, and so for some reason we have to keep telling people that and pointing that out to people, like literally what you see us doing,
Yeah.
that's what we're providing you with.
Correct.
So just like our community, our paid community, you can have that same thing, your brand, your inspiration, right? All of that to you. And they're easy to set up, and yeah, they grow really, really fast.
We're literally leading by example, Aaron.
Yeah, exactly. Yes. Yeah. And that's the best way to do it, is say, hey, watch over my shoulder. I'm going to build this thing out, and
Yeah.
you can do it too.
Absolutely. And I know that, so I've been coaching women in building their businesses for 10 years. And one of the big reasons why you and I started collaborating was because one of the biggest roadblocks that women have is the tech systems. Women are incredibly powerful in the ideas that they have, the impact that they want to make in the world, the work that they want to do with people, the way that they want to show up. And I can't tell you how many times I would work one-on-one with women who had these brilliant business ideas. And then I would say, okay, and now choose your platform, write your copy, develop your email strategy, and let's build your online course. And they would go, ah, and freak out. So the biggest reason why we are doing this is to give you guys the easiest pathway to what we know is successful. And we know it's successful because we're literally doing it, or we've literally been doing it for years. I mean, I built my first online business in 2015, way before it was cool. And I'm sure, Aaron, you probably started around the same time.
A little bit before that, but yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
so you're more old school than old school?
I'm more old.
Now
You
you're
just
just
stop
showing
right
off.
there. I'm just more old. Um, I think one of the things that look, we all get in our own way,
Yes.
okay? And this is really important. to understand, and I want to emphasize this point. Okay. If I, Aaron, can do it, all of you can too. I'm not that smart. Okay. I'm really not. Yes, I've been doing it for a long time, but this isn't rocket surgery.
Right.
Okay.
Rocket
Literally
surgery.
anybody
Are we
can
doing
do this
surgery on
stuff.
rockets now?
That's how dumb I am. That made no sense, right?
I love that. I think, you remember when I coined the word automagically? I think you've just coined rocket surgery
But trust me, if I can do it, y'all can do it too.
for
It's
sure.
literally like, you know what it is? It's new to people. You haven't seen it before, right? So it gets like frustrating to see something, a new system, a new platform. You don't know
Hmm.
what the buttons do, you don't know where you should click. That's why, I want to just, do as I do, right? Watch
Yeah.
over my shoulder as I do this. It's not complicated.
Yeah.
Everything that we do is really simple.
And it didn't used to be. I mean, one of the things I was speaking about with one of my coaching clients this last week was that, when we started, you
Mhm.
longer than me, but me in 2015, these platforms and these systems didn't exist. So we had to patch things together and piece them together in all of these ridiculous ways to make these systems work. And now we have these kind of
Mhm.
beautiful platforms because this framework is so successful. And so for our women inside the Satisfied Success Business Academy to just be able to patch into it, you're using all of our horrible experiences trying to make this work in the past to get a leg up on what you're doing. And one of the biggest reasons why I want to provide this to all of our women is because I know how powerful and impactful it is for women to bring their work to the world. They have incredible ideas. We have this opportunity now. It didn't even exist 10 years ago to be able to
No,
do this. And no, and you have to do this. You have to bring your work into the world. It's critical. And we're going to try to make it as easy as possible. And memberships are an extraordinary way for you to work with people and reach your audience. And hopefully, we're going to make it a little bit easier for you to do that. So that when you are talking on social media, when you are talking to friends, when you are working with clients, your membership basically becomes your first level of entry with your clients. So everywhere that you speak, just before we hopped on this live broadcast here, Aaron and I were talking about, what are we going to share today? And I know that many of our women are already on platforms like Facebook or Instagram or LinkedIn. And
Mhm.
there's that very popular link in bio concept. Your membership can literally be your link in bio. It's almost all that you need. So if you do nothing else inside of our Business in the Box platform, if you just start by creating your membership, you're already giving yourself a pathway not only to community and membership, but monetization and success.
100%. And it literally can be like your funnel. You don't have to build like a separate landing page.
Yeah.
Your membership area can be your landing page that you send all of your traffic to. And it's already built to monetize. They literally can just sign up
Yeah.
right through the about page on there.
I think one of
And
the
it could be a
big,
free community, a paid community, whatever you wanted to do. And you can do
literally do
both.
whatever you want. Ladies love
Right.
doing whatever they want.
Yeah, yeah. One thing that I did when I grew my paid community, I started with two communities. I had my free community,
Mhm.
and then I had my upgrade to get to the private community. And my free community was really just where I would deliver the stuff that I advertised online. So your lead magnets or your low ticket offers or your mini courses, right? I
Yeah.
would put those in my free community to deliver, but also to re-engage, right?
Yeah.
Because it's a marketing tool as well. And then, hey, if you want more of this, if you want more help, our paid community is X number of dollars, and you get this along with it. Come and join this happy little community.
Yes,
Um,
exactly. So one of the things I that we often encourage is to build that know, like, and trust, that rapport with your people. Look, everybody knows what it's like to be online these days. After the pandemic, I don't think anybody is in the dark about what an online membership is or how social media works. So there's a lot of saturation, just or a lot of noise, really, in the market. So those free things, Aaron's calling them lead magnets. That's kind of the fancy internet marketing term, is something that you give away a little bit, like a little taster of what you do and who you are. So the people understand whether or not what you do and who you are is what they want to participate in. I had a really wonderful conversation with a coaching client just before this, actually. She teaches yoga and aromatherapy. Well, look, a lot of people teach aromatherapy and yoga. Um,
Yeah.
yeah, aromatherapy and yoga. Got it. But she does it in a really unique way. She does it in a really specific way where she's addressing people's very deep trauma. And she cited it as people come to me when they've tried everything else. So when they have no other place to go, when it's their last stop, when they're really deep in the thick of their stress,
Hmm.
their dysregulation, they come to her and she helps to resolve their problem. Now that is
Hmm.
different. That is unique. And so for her to
Right.
offer a little taster of that kind of deep level transformation is what will let her audience know that she's the one they want to
Hmm.
learn from and participate with. So I speak that out loud because I imagine a lot of the people listening or even watching the replay will have that kind of understanding of, okay, here's the really special gift that I have in the work that I do. And you don't want to give away the farm. Women, we are valuable. It's not time to give everything away, but just a little bit of a teaser, a lead magnet to get people into your ecosystem, into your world. And then once they're in
Hmm.
your community, as soon as you start loving them up and as soon as they start really feeling you and your energy and what you have to offer, that's when you can invite them into something deeper.
Yeah. And let's talk about something because you hit on it. It's really important, and that's a saturated market.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And and that has been like that's the excuse for a lot of people is I'm in a very saturated market, so it's very difficult, blah, blah, blah. Okay.
Mhm.
Um, how do you stick with like when you go to choose a doctor, right? How do you decide that you're going to continue to go see that doctor? Like obviously there's always that first time,
Sure.
right? That you go to the office, you don't know what to expect. If you're like me, you're probably freaking out a little bit, because I hate going to the doctor's office. But we decide, or most of us decide, I think, that whether we're going to come back and see this doctor again based on what happens when we're face to face and they start interacting with us,
Hmm.
right? That's how we make that decision. Now, obviously, to be a doctor, that's a very saturated market, right? There's tons of doctors to choose from.
Yes.
But all of us, right? We don't just choose, like, there's not this like checkout, system where it can see all of the testimonials and, oh, is this the best doctor for blah, blah, blah. Like, we might limit it down based on reviews and stuff like that, but we're going to make our decision on if this is going to be our primary based upon that interaction that we have with that doctor, right? That applies to literally everything. Saturated markets really don't matter.
No.
Saturated markets, that term is an excuse to continue to fail. That's all that is.
Yeah.
We're all in a saturated market, right? That we all are.
Absolutely.
There's no such thing as like, oh, I thought of this thing that no one else is doing and they're not going to think of it. And, I'm the very first one on it. Like that might exist for like a moment in time and then it's gone.
Yeah. There,
So,
there will instantly be pretenders to the throne, as they say.
yeah, always will.
Yeah.
So imagine like if you wanted to speed up that process, right? Like if I'm a doctor, let's say, and I wanted to speed up that process where people would come and become, choose me to be their primary, what would I do? Right. Well, I wouldn't go online and start talking a bunch of medical mumbo jumbo
Correct.
about your health. I would introduce you to me as an individual and me as a person.
Yeah.
And what is your interaction with me going to be like? How do I think about health?
Yes.
Right?
Yep.
Not just how do I diagnose it? How do
It's
I
all about the
translate
messaging.
health? Right.
Yeah. So
Yes.
we were actually working on that. That's really I love that. We were working on a newsletter this morning with my coaching client. Just,
Mhm.
let's just get a newsletter out to your audience. And the newsletter that was originally written was very clinical. It had
Mhm.
great information. It talked about things. And and I said, look, this information is great, but I feel like I've just Googled the problem and
Mhm.
gotten, the bot's response of what the answer is. And there's no emotional connection in that.
Right.
And particularly for our audience of women who often generally also then work with women, you need to have that emotional rapport. You need to have that emotional connection. I think everybody does. You're talking about it in terms of your doctor. It's that trust, it's
Mhm.
that rapport, it's that do they care for me? Are they speaking to me
Right.
in the way that I want to be spoken to? Do they have the language that I need? And most importantly, in terms of the messaging, are they solving the problem that I have?
Right.
And you
Yes.
have to name it in the way that they name the problem. So, you might be a therapist who solves lack of resilience, but no
Mhm.
one walks around in their day going, ah, I wish I had more resilience. People walk around in their day going, oh my God, I'm so frustrated that I have no more energy and nothing more to give. That's how they
Yes.
name their problem. So when you can connect
Right.
with them on that level, when you can target that message, it doesn't
Mhm.
actually matter really what the technical aspects of it are or what they're selling, is that you
Mm.
get that emotional connection with people. That's critical.
Yeah, 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 and that goes back to messaging again, and it's all about, yeah. Don't sometimes, just talking about what you do, like you got to be really specific, like not
Mm.
just what you do, but what problem do you solve?
Hmm.
What are they dealing with that you have a solution for?
Right.
When I was running an ad agency, right? Like the worst thing that you can do is just go on hey, we run ads for businesses.
Right.
You want Google ads? Like, no, no, no business owner wakes up in the morning is like, I'd like to pay Google some money, or I want to
Yeah.
give Meta some money. Like they don't think like that. That's not what they're thinking about. What do they think about? I could use more money. I need more sales, or I need more customers. I need more clients. That's what's on their mind, right? That any industry, it doesn't matter. Just think in
Yes.
those terms. What are they waking up thinking about? You know,
Hmm.
it could be like yoga as an example. If I were a smoker and I needed to stop smoking, I bet yoga would help me,
Sure.
right? But I probably haven't thought of it. If I just saw an ad that says, "Hey, come down and do some yoga," I'm gonna be like, I'm not interested in yoga. But it was like, here's how I quit smoking.
Correct.
I did this in this class learning, and changed my mindset, right? That
Yep.
that could lead to me joining a yoga class.
Absolutely.
Not me personally. I'm probably still not going to join because
So, right, we'll keep working on you, Aaron. We'll keep working on you. But
we'll go back to how stupid I am. Did I ever tell you the
no.
very first yoga class I ever took?
Uh-huh.
I signed up for hot yoga.
Oh,
That
bless
was
your
like my
heart.
introduction to yoga. And
No,
that's why
bless your
like I
heart.
didn't go back for like 3 years.
I spent 20 years teaching yoga, and even for me, getting into that hot room was very difficult. Wow. Yeah, that if it's not your thing, I can see how it would put you off. And I love what you're speaking to. It's not the mechanism of transformation, it's the transformation. So people don't care if their problem is that they need to stop smoking and you promise that you can help them stop smoking, they'll bend over backwards, literally and figuratively, with whatever it is
Yes.
that you're telling them to do if you can solve their problem. And so to kind of
Mhm.
circle it back around and bring it back to the membership build, like when you state out in your wider audience, in your wider network, whether that I'm likely for us, that's going to be social media. So when you're posting on Facebook or Instagram, LinkedIn, even TikTok, wherever it is that you're posting, when you're constantly posting about, I solved this problem, I solved this problem, I solved this problem, I solved this problem, that's how you attract the people with that particular challenge into your world. And as soon as you bring them into your membership, you can almost say whatever you want. You have to still solve the
Mhm.
problem. You have to deliver on the promise. But again, you're providing them with a safe space to voice their challenge, for you to respond to their challenge. And the more that you keep kind of affirming, like, yes, I'm here to help you. Yes, we can do this together. Yes, this is how it's done. The more they trust you and then will want the deeper information from you, whether it be your online course, your paid membership, your one-on-one coaching. So the membership ecosystem is one of the best first stops for people, and they're really popular these days. So, Aaron, do you want to show us through our program and what the membership looks like and how people in our business academy and business in the box system can build their own in probably what amounts to a few minutes, really?
Yeah, I mean, really, it takes more time to customize and shoot. You'll spend more time picking out your colors and your fonts than you will actually building the community. It's super simple.
It took us what, 2 or 3 weeks to get our colors and fonts situated the way we like them.
Well, yeah,
We had personal disagreements on which colors to use.
yeah, it's sort of like, decorating a living room when you're living with somebody.
Yeah, exactly.
I should just step aside and be like, here's the credit card. Okay, so if we come down here to memberships, that's the first step. And then we've got all of these options up here, and we're
So
just going
just
to look
back
for
up. So when people are in our business in the box, this is the system that they'll sign into and are looking at.
correct.
Correct.
Yes. And
Okay.
and right on the left-hand side, you've got memberships.
Yeah.
And this is the hub where we're going to do everything. Now, ignore everything else for now and just go to the communities tab and click on groups. And once we're here, we're just going to create a community. This button right here. And I'm going to build a sample community. I'm just going to call this my private community. And you'll see that it creates your slug, your group URL slug. Don't need to know much
So
about
that
that.
would live at yourdomain.com/my-community, correct?
Right. Yeah. Once you establish the domain that you're going to use, which we'll do that later too, and we've got a whole video on implementing your domain. Then you just put that in the settings for your group, and then this will be the URL extension.
Perfect. Yeah, and as I mentioned earlier, that link in bio, just make that your link in bio and you invite everybody right into your community.
Exactly. Yes. Come up with a summary. You've only got 150 characters, so we can't go on and on. But use Chat GPT to help you out. Like write like your full, like this is what my community is about, and then ask Chat GPT, hey, put this into a summary within 150 characters. This is my community here, private group where I share my method for growing tomatoes. I have entire course inside this group. Just something. And I know that's, dumb, but you know what? There probably is a membership area out there for how to grow tomatoes.
I'm sure there
I
is. There's
would not
memberships for
doubt it.
everything. This
There
is one of the great cases for niching down,
is.
making sure that you're not trying to speak to everybody, but literally just the tomato growers.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Leave discovery on. This is to get discovered on this giant mega platform called Go Collab.
Hmm.
We'll touch on that later, but it's a very big portal that's getting a lot of attention. Do your branding right here. This is just simply uploading your favicon, uploading your cover image, uploading your logo, the specs right down here on what they need to be. Um, Real simple stuff, but again, don't overcomplicate, don't get overwhelmed, don't freak out. Just you don't have to do it right now. We can always come back and do it later. Hit create group. Now, doop, 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 doop. It's going to take a couple of minutes. And I just got an email notification that my private community has been built.
Woohoo!
And it's still building the portal. Sometimes this can take a couple of minutes. But
Spinning
now
wheel
if
of
we
death.
come back in here, we can see here's the here's the group that we just created. Here's the owner. And then if you want to get back into it, you just click login and that will take you over to right here, which is your private area, your private group. Now, the very first thing that you're going to want to do is come down here to settings. And this is where we do all of the fun stuff. You can change, update your group name. Remember that it will change your slug down here. This is your temporary link. So because we have not created our domain and linked it in
You're
here, it's
right.
going to give us this mumbo jumbo
Yeah, this
URL
is
that
just
we
a
can use
sample
right now.
account, but for all of you, it'll be your URL.
Once you integrate it,
Yeah.
yes. Um, Now, you can make this public or you can make it private. I recommend always making it private, even if it's a free group, because we want people to sign up so that we can collect their information and all of that stuff,
So
right?
public means that people don't need to drop in their name and email to join it. They can just see it and join.
Right. It's
Okay.
wide open, so
Yeah.
anybody can get access to it.
Then yeah, private is definitely the way to go because part of what this can be for you is essentially like a lead magnet or a way to get people into your ecosystem to actually build your clientele, to build your email list, everything. This is a huge, very accessible tool
Mm.
for you to start building your business.
Absolutely. Yeah. And like I said, even if you're going to let people in for free, make it private. So by default, these are free groups.
Hmm.
So if I just hit this button right here, it says add price, and we'll make it $27. And we can make it recurring or you can make it a one time. I don't think you should do one time. I think it's better to go recurring because it's a group.
Monthly recurring revenue.
Exactly. Exactly. Trial days, if you want to give people a trial, I recommend not giving more than like 3 days, right? That way
Keep
they
it
can't
short.
absorb all of your stuff.
Yep.
Uh, and boom, just add price. Okay, it won't let me do it because we haven't integrated a payment processor.
Yep. Fair enough.
So we'll have to do that step first. Um, but yeah, you just click add price and then you choose that you want to use this price, not the free, and then you're good to go. Here is your branding. Again, we can do it right here. We don't have to go back. This is just all the stuff that we had, that we did not do when we set this up. Um, After you're
Just so
done.
people aren't freaked out about it, I don't think honestly that you and I have even uploaded our branding for our community, and yet we're still running it, and yet we still have people signing up. So don't let any of these elements really stop you. Just get it going. The best thing you can do is get this done. Put that link in your bio and start bringing people into your world.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
Get it launched right now. Don't
Yes.
wait. There's no reason to wait.
Oh, this is the fun part.
Theme. This is the fun part. Yes. Yes.
This is where Aaron and I had so many wonderful discussions about colors.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, have fun with it. Like you all know, like what is your community like, right? Like what kind of colors represent your
Mhm.
brand, but also would make your community comfortable and excited to be there, right?
I would say yes. I think that one thing I've even discovered for myself, but that I know with a lot of the women that we work with in the Business Academy and the women that I work with in one-on-one business coaching is that one of the best benefits of a community is also finding out what your community wants and needs from you. Sometimes it's surprising that you go in thinking, oh, I'm an expert at this and I'm going to share this wisdom. And yet everyone consistently asks questions about this other thing. So a community is a great way to almost like kind of poll your audience in real time, discover proof of concept for what it is you want to put out there. I
Mm.
would never recommend building something as comprehensive as an online course without having a community respond to some of the concepts, feel the transformation that you want to provide, opt into whatever it is you're offering in a bigger course. This is like your proving ground, and it's invaluable for that.
Yep. Yep. And most importantly, like this is simple. Like
Yes.
nothing that we've done so far is complicated
No.
or difficult. Membership questions. This will be important if it's going to be like if there's some extra details that you want to collect from the people that join, then add in some questions and say, yes, I want to use the membership questions. And it could be like more like refining, like how do you, is this someone that you might want to offer one-on-one coaching to? Right. And you
Right.
can literally just ask, hey, would you like more information on my one-on-one, system that will do this, right? Like you can literally just ask them. And then that way oh, this is someone that I should send my upsell to for my private one-on-one consultations or something.
Yeah, absolutely. And Aaron, can you, once we get this kind of through this, let's show in, so what, again, we're using a bigger program called Go High Level. It's got some formatting things that are set in. And what's nice about the community structure that we have is that on the left and right sides, of this community are opportunities for you to be more specific about what you offer or speak about. So on the left side, you can put channels that have different topics. So let's say you are a therapist or a coach and you work with women, relationships, and business. So on the left side, you can put those three channels to have those specific conversations there. And on the
Mm.
right side, you can add links to things like, hey, do you want to work one-on-one with me? Here's where you book a call. Or do you want to go check out my landing page or my starter kit or something else on the right side? You can also link to that. So this can, I mean, really kind of become like uh, even better than your home page. It's like a home base for you, and you can kind of put everything in there that you want. So, do you want to show them how to do that?
Absolutely. So I'm
Cool.
I'm doing the link right now. Just BH. So boom, I just added one link, my private one-on-one consultation, and you can have multiple links, right?
Hmm.
To my full bio, right? You just add whatever links that you want to have here. The rest of this, don't worry about it. Don't worry about reported content. Don't if you um have a community already built on school. You can import that. Discovery, just leave discovery on. It's on by default. Don't worry about it. Just leave it on. We'll talk in another video all about discovery on Go Collab.
Okay.
That's a much bigger topic. But basically, we just did all of the stuff here.
Right. So the community's
Now I'm
built.
going to
That's
save
it.
it. The community's built,
Done.
right? Now, customize it, do whatever you want. We talked about channels. You just click this button down here that says add channel. And
Those
this
will
is
be
going to
the
be
specific conversation points that you might want to have with your members if you have different areas of your business or different kind of topics you want to talk to them about.
that's really the best is topics.
Yeah.
Yes. Channels are a way of separating the threads by topic. I recommend, I don't, I like to use emojis and like you can like create like a channel
We
that's
love
like,
emojis.
yeah. feedback. And you can make a channel private, or you can make it read only. We're not going to do either of those. We're
What
just
would
going to
be the benefit of
create it.
making it private, Aaron?
So if you have people that are at different levels within your community, so like let's say that you already have a system where you've got private um, people that are doing one-on-ones with you,
Mhm.
right?
Yep.
And you want to put the content in there, but not everybody in your community is on your one-on-one program, right? So you
Perfect.
isolate that channel just for those people that are maybe on that higher tier.
Good. I'm glad you mentioned this because this is something that a lot of the women that we work with want to do is have like a one-stop shop where they don't have the overwhelm of managing a lot of different things and elements in their business. So in this one membership area, you can have people who are in there for free, just sampling your stuff. Then you can move them into a paid tier where you're still in that area. And when you're there focused, doing a live broadcast or something that's extra special, you do it for the paid tier. And then an even bigger tier that is more like a one-on-one coaching tier where they've got a private area to talk with you on, but they're still getting the benefit of the, lesser tier and the free tier. So it's just different levels of access. And, not to get too philosophical, but one of the things I encourage with my women, number one is to value themselves. Number two is to work smarter, not harder. We as women say yes to everything. We do too many things. We constantly overextend ourselves. We're constantly burning ourselves out. This is a way to actually rest in your business and make it so that you can function and have time for your life and to value yourself highly to make sure that you're getting the revenue that you deserve for the work that you're doing.
Love it.
Yeah, critical, critical, and a huge way that women are finding benefit in building their sovereign business today and working in their business. And we've got our lovely lady Brenda, who's in our business academy, saying yes, thank you, and you are so welcome, Brenda.
Yeah, and they're constantly updating. I mean, the features and the functionalities and everything that you can do within these communities, um, it's it, it's going to be huge
Yeah,
because this is a giant industry that's only getting bigger. I mean, if
yeah,
you think about like how many people monetized and grew their business using Facebook groups,
yeah,
right?
yeah, and
And
how
they
many?
are chained to Facebook
Right,
because of that, because they latched on to. So now they have this whole system, right? That they monetize, that they're making money from. But at any time, Facebook could just be, we don't want you here anymore, and
mhm,
turn that off, right? That's
yeah,
a big reason why doesn't make sense today to build your groups and your communities
no,
on a platform that you do not control.
correct,
You control, you own this.
yeah.
You have all decision making on this. You do not have that on Meta, on
Yeah.
Facebook.
And I've seen it happen, and I've actually had it happen to me where you build a community and you build something, and something happens, and Facebook shuts you down, and then you've lost
Mhm.
access to all of that. You've lost access to all the content, everything you've built. Whereas this is yours, and also it's a safe space. You are building the container that you can, as you say, control for your work, for your property, for your intellectual property, for your content, and things that you can then, and this is something that we can talk about in future broadcasts, repurpose across
Mhm.
your business for different reasons. And I love
Yes.
repurposing. So that should definitely be a future broadcast.
Say a couple other features right here. Learning. Okay. We won't go through it today. Again, in another video, we'll go through building and setting up your courses. It's super simple. We're just not going to do it today. But you literally just click a button right here and you select the course that you've already built and you
Mhm.
add it to your community. You provide that course to your community. Very, very simple. Um, Members, right? You can view all of your members. You can come in here and make somebody an admin. Um, Events. this is cool. You guys have probably seen this in our community where we
Yep.
post our events in here. And this can be links to a Zoom call, or it could be whatever you want it to be, and just schedule them out right here. Leaderboards. I'm winning. I'm level one. All right, cool. Um, Gamification. Let me go back to settings here. And this is something that we have not done this on our side yet. We're going to.
Oh yeah, we
Um,
are.
people people like to earn points. People like to earn status. People like to say like I'm first place in this community for
So
most,
funny.
contributions to XYZ, right? Now we as the group owners and the creators, we want people interacting. We want people in here doing stuff and communicating. So you set up a reward system to reward participation and engagement, right? And that's where you set up the whole gamification where it's like, hey, if you want to, and you can name the levels of this, like it's really cool. Like if I wanted to call this gladiator, I'm sure nobody's going to want to choose that, but
No.
it might be something that I would do, you know. So level one is gladiator, right? um, so yeah, you can name all of your levels and be like, hey, if you want to reach level one gladiator status, you just have to be active and contribute to the community, and that's how you get it. And oh, by the way, every time you reach a new level, there's a reward. You're going to get this thing, right? Um, so yeah, really, really cool stuff. And your about page, this is really, really important. This is your introduction. So when I talked before about you really don't need a landing page, you could literally just use your membership area.
Hmm.
This is the first thing that people are going to see when they come to your community when they have not registered. So before they get set up. So this is what they're going to see if you link this to like social media. The best way to to build that bond and that relationship is upload a video. Talk about what this community is, what problems it solves, who it helps, right? The reason that you built this community and who it's for. Put those videos. You can also put images, slides, whatever you want. I strongly recommend like put your personality and who you are front and center, just
Yeah.
like we talked about with the doctors. That's how we choose people,
Yeah.
right?
Exactly. I think that's a great, and you can add a couple of photos as well, and then there's some place to put your content and descriptions about what the community is.
Yeah.
And we've danced around a little bit, but this Go Collab community is where all of the communities that are hosted on that bigger platform, Go High Level, that we're using are featured. And so it's automatically a marketplace where people can find you and you can link to it from all your links and bios. Look, for all intents and purposes, for any of the women who are in our Satisfied Success Business Academy who are a little bit stumped, a little bit stymied, a little bit overwhelmed by the tech, just start here and this can serve for now, basically as your website, your one-stop shop, your lead magnet, the way that you begin by building community, bringing people into your ecosystem, start talking to your community, giving proof of concept to what it is you want to build further. And you're starting already to build the groundwork for a bigger business as you then figure out how to get the homepage settled, how to get everything connected, and all of the stuff in the systems on the back end that are available to you. This I think really should kind of be the first thing that you do.
I totally agree. I
Yeah.
totally agree. And then
Oh, good.
you might discover later on that you really don't need anything else,
Yeah.
you
Oh,
know?
yeah. Because didn't we talk recently, Aaron, about how websites are kind of dead?
Websites are beyond dead. I
They're
think
beyond dead.
people are just starting to like wake up to
Yeah.
websites are archaic.
Yeah. We
you
don't need
know.
them anymore. They're like glorified business cards at this point. If you think about it,
Yeah.
every time you pick up your phone during the day, how often are you navigating to a website? Almost never. You're using apps
Yeah.
or, I mean, I don't know. What else are people doing? Anything else?
Yeah. I mean, well, look, we are researching by using platforms like YouTube
Right.
and social platforms.
Right.
That's how we research. We want to find out about somebody. We might go to YouTube or we might go to Facebook or we
Yeah.
might go to LinkedIn, right? That's how we're doing it today. We just don't go to, yeah, a website is a glorified business card or it's a great big brochure
Right. Great big
all
brochure.
about
That's a good way to
you
look at
and
it.
your business.
But ultimately, when people interact with you, it's not going to be through your website. They might read your bio or something or download your lead magnet, but when they interact with you, it's going to be through your community or through your offerings.
Right. And they're most likely to bounce. Like if you send them to
Yeah,
your website, they're most likely going to bounce within 10 to 15 seconds because everybody has the attention span of a ferret these days because there's a lot more interesting stuff going on over here or they got a text
totally.
or something. So we want to deliver the impact and the message right away.
Yeah,
This will serve way better. Your about page is going to serve way better than building a website. Just forget about the website, build your about section. You got 1,000 characters right here to talk, to put in the copy of what this is about,
hmm.
and
Start
you're good
simple,
to go.
ladies. Start simple, but start.
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 Yes. Yes.
Cool.
I love the phrase, the best time to plant a tree was 20 years ago. The second best time is
Right now.
right now.
Yeah. All right. Thank you for sharing all that, Aaron. Should we, I feel like that look, it's less than, I mean, we did a lot of talking. So realistically, when women get into this platform, they can have their whole community built in probably 30 minutes or less and ready to roll. So we
Yeah.
try to keep things as much as we can as simple as possible. We're trying to deliver you the basics of what you need to get started, get your business out there, and not just because we want you to have a great business, but because we want you to truly make an impact with the incredible work that you do. And the women who join our Satisfied Success Business Academy are doing incredible work in the world. And this is your time. I talk about this so often. Um, that women have just we've never had the opportunity to build a business like this, to operate our own businesses, to have our own income. I mean, it was hard 10 years ago than it is now. And so, this is our chance, this is our time, this is our legacy that we're building. And we're privileged and honored to hopefully give you the systems to be able to do it as easily as possible and the support.
Yeah, and if you want to watch like the steps of how I did this, this is going to be what's there's a replay
Yeah,
in
we've got a
learning in
replay
our
course.
community.
Actually, can you pop
Yeah.
into ours? Show them
Uh
exactly where it
yeah.
lives.
Let me go. Do.
Don't reveal our secrets, Aaron.
I'm going to reveal all of our secrets. So
Guys, you're looking at the
all of
back
the
end. This is
stuff,
actually our system right here.
all of the stuff.
Okay, so
Now, because we're on camera, we'll get the spinning
spinning wheel of death.
wheel of
Okay.
death for a
Well,
good
look cute, make it look good, fluff your hair.
couple.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, this is the thing about live broadcasts that you can't control, right?
Well, it's a couple of things that work against us. I mean, number one, we're on Zoom, which slows everything down.
True, true.
I have 300 tabs open.
That's
On my
conservative for
system.
you,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know? Yeah. Yeah. I think I limit myself to about 54 at any given time.
Well, we all need a little bit more than others, I guess.
Yep.
These are
Yep.
my mental health tabs right here.
Awesome.
They keep me emotionally stable.
I thought I did that.
Eh.
Oh. Wow. Wow.
Eh.
Cool. Oh, that's funny. Okay, well, I thought it was a good idea to show them exactly where this lives, but if it doesn't, oh, here, does
Hey,
it? No? Did it?
I
It
mean,
went back.
this is just where it shows like
Oh
what the
my gosh. Okay,
this
well,
is
in
okay.
our Satisfied Success Business Academy group, under the library tab at the top, you have access to several different courses that we've uploaded for you as a bonus. One was all of the broadcasts from our kickoff weekend where we dug into exactly how the systems work and took you through some of the basics. And another is a course where all of our replays are uploaded and live. So every time we do a live broadcast, which is weekly with y'all, we upload it there. And so if there's anything that you missed or want to go back and check out, they live for you there because we're here doing exactly what we're telling you to do, which is building content every week to make our community even more enriching and rewarding for our members who join.
And it will grow a lot faster than you think it will
Hmm.
if you just put your stuff out there and invite people.
Hmm. Definitely.
So yeah, everything's on fire. Everything's broken. I can't open this right now.
Okay, you know what? It's
Too
okay. We
many,
just roll with the
too much
punches.
stuff open.
We're gonna let it go. No problem.
A lot of the problems too is I had like three other groups already logged into, and it
Oh,
doesn't
yeah.
like when you're logged into three different groups
It
at the
gets
same time.
jealous, huh?
Yeah, particularly the satisfied group
Of
gets
course, obviously,
jealous.
because why
Uh,
wouldn't we? We're part of our prerogative, Aaron, part of our prerogative.
we're gonna have to have like if there was a way to like virtually like throw stuff at Aaron like that could be like
Yeah, the
Thursdays.
tomatoes. It's
Yeah,
the tomatoes
Thursdays are
theme.
virtual
We need to
tomato
build
throw.
in the function of like throw a tomato into our like reactions on the group. All right, well,
Yeah.
I think we can let this go. I'm confident that we can release this. It's not wanting to be shown. For some reason, the reveal of where the replays live is not happening, but maybe it's like a treasure hunt. Y'all can go find it inside the community when you get in there and check out the tab, which is the learning tab. So learning
Yep.
tab, and then it's the Satisfied Success weekly strategy courses. And it'll all live in there for you.
Yep. All the replays are there. This one will be in there. So you can just go back and watch that portion where I created it, pause the video, do it as you look over my shoulder as I do it. Um, it'll take you more time to do the words and stuff than it will actually be to build out the community.
Yeah. Good.
So,
All right. I think you can stop sharing your screen now. Perfect. Because we're adorable.
yeah. You, not me. I don't know. I definitely bring down
I was
the
just trying to be
overall.
inclusive. That's all.
One of these days I'll get a haircut and then I won't have to have a trucker's cap for
Truckers caps are cool, and I like your haircut the way it is.
wow.
Yeah. All right, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us live and for watching the replay. And of course, thank you for being a part of our community at the Satisfied Success Business Academy. It's our honor to be there with you and walking you through building your own sovereign business as a woman and feminine leader. And we're here to help in all the ways that we can. So definitely reach out to us in our community. Let us know how we can help. And we look forward to seeing what you create.
Appreciate y'all.